Good.
Always good, brother. Here with our very good friend, former world and European Jiu Jitsu champion and early UFC pioneer, Remco Pardoel. How are you, big man?
I'm right, for the second time. As long as the weather keeps good, then it's fine with me.
Fingers crossed, brother.
Fingers crossed.
How are you enjoying Singapore?
I love Singapore. I really love Singapore.
Yeah.
Second time here, and it's beautiful place.
Yeah. You're here obviously cornering Melvin Manhoff for his ONE FC fight.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
It was a Melvin Manhoff fight. It was like full of action, and too bad his opponent didn't want to fight. And they just waited for the moment, and you know, I'm not happy that his opponent ran away and didn't get a second yellow card or a red card. That should be like more obvious to me, because you know, I have bad fights for myself, but I never run away. You know, then you tap out, or it's okay, it's the end of the day for this day, but come on, it's fighting.
Ah well, we got a classic MMA moment out of it though.
I think this one will really do on some certain sides in MMA landscape. Yeah.
Okay, regarding the growth of MMA and in particular what you're more interested in, I believe these days, BJJ in Asia, what are your thoughts on the sports in this continent?
MMA is a game like BJJ, you know, and then yeah. If you see like last year's event, this year's event, ONE FC has a really true potential to be like second player in the market. I think they will be second player within a year in the market. And you see how I've been around some gyms now. I've been to Juggernaut, I've been to Evolve. It's good. People love play MMA. People love play BJJ over here, and it's I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And you thought about relocating out here yourself?
I'm busy with a project, and the project runs fine. I need to stay, but when options are open, I think about relocating over here.
Yeah. Tell me about your early UFC experiences. You first fought at UFC 2, the second UFC, and you were the huge guy in a gi, representing classic jiu-jitsu. Tell me about it.
I was a bit heavy those days, yeah. Man, it was like insane. I wanted to do it. It was an advertisement, and I want to fight less rules. Now, and also I always played judo and jiu-jitsu and taekwondo because my dad has a gym with it. But in Holland, there's a common lesson: if you do Thai boxing, you're a king, and if you play jiu-jitsu, you're gay, something like that. You know, it's like really, really terrible. And especially if people did Wing Chun or they did like Pencak Silat, yeah, they were really special and they could kill you and they didn't want to fight you. So I was entering that event because of the opportunity that I could fight somebody who was like playing Wing Chun or Pencak Silat. I want to know how well would I do against one of those athletes. Yeah. So my lucky draw was I get the first fight against the guy. So for me it was like okay, for me it was like a big test. But over there it was like mayhem, and it should be in the stadium, and sold like 4,000 tickets, but something went wrong, so they needed to go to a small event venue, which could host like probably 3,000, and you imagine 4,000 people there, man, it's like that's too much. It was a good experience. It was a fight like a world championship in jiu-jitsu, or like a European championship, or like a national tournament. It's 100, 200 people watching. You know, there's a stadium full of people coming to you, you know. It should be the same feeling like a Ramon for in Thailand, for sure. For sure. It would be like crazy.
Yeah.
I just love it. It was to be honest, it was like one big rush. Because you go in, I sleep, you got the first fight, between the first and the second fight, it was not, for me it was not long.
Yeah, you mentioned Dekkers.
You know?
You mentioned Dekkers, a man known for knocking people out in Thailand and Europe. You have a very famous knockout yourself, one of the most famous knockouts in UFC history, Orlando Vite.
Yeah,
tell us about that one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we trained together, and then we trained together. We hang out together. Went to the sauna and regular sauna. Don't get me wrong. You never know. No, we went to the sauna, hang out, had a drink, and had a good time. And when it's fight, it's fight. But he demolished the guy. He was in his first fight. and the bets were 40 against 1. I heard afterwards.
Yeah.
But I knew
You're the underdog, right?
I was the one with 1. And he was the one with 40. There was a guy, that was a good definition. There was a guy better than me. He made some good money that day. He made some good money. People don't did. But man, it was like, man, he was killing the guy. And I knew his reputation because I went to Thai boxing event and I saw him fight a lot, you know. And
you were intimidated?
Not intimidated, but I was like, okay, don't stand up training with him. You know, my jiu-jitsu punch like, you know, they can't even crack a nutshell from an egg. You know, his punch is so different levels. So I said, okay, don't punch. Get in. So I was like, okay, pushing, then get him to the fence, take him down as fast as possible. So then, he was holding on. He was like a bit slippery, but I'd like to keep him on spot, and then I saw the opportunity and took a chance and grabbed it. It's like that.
Yeah, I think you almost killed him.
Yeah,
they were checking his pulse.
Yes. It was like really, for me it's like really weird because I never KO'd somebody on purpose, or like, you know, it's like in sports jiu-jitsu, it's contact and somebody will go down, but it's not like really out, you know, it's not like kickboxing or like boxing. So I never had competition in that. So for me it's like I did judo and jiu-jitsu and taekwondo, somebody goes KO, but it's like, it's in the game.
Yeah, you showed a lot of sportsmanship in that, because the rule set, if I'm not mistaken, for the first 5 UFCs or so, or certainly the first 2, was the referee can't stop the fight until it's finished.
Yeah.
So literally fight until a knockout or a submission.
Yeah.
And you stopped elbowing him because you realised that his entire body went limp.
Yeah, I felt this you know, he was resisting like really hard, and then I felt I was like doing nothing. I said, okay, is this a game, you know? Because I looked at it like, okay, but he was like, so I quit immediately, you know, come on. At the end of the day, sports, you know.
What was your next conversation with Orlando like?
It was alright, because next day we went to the mountain together and we had a hang out all day.
Yeah.
See some nice spots in the mountains, and it was good. Well, when we meet, we still talk, and we were friends, you know, but for him and me it was sports, you know, and we didn't. I think a lot of people didn't see lots of touring happening at that time, because, you know, he won UFC 1, 2, 3.
What was it like backstage at those early UFCs, when you'd be sat with the people that you have to later fight bare knuckle to the finish?
Yeah, it was. I thought about 3 or 4 locker rooms. I was with Godot and some other people, and it was like, it was going, rushing, you know, just Godot is a good coach because he just made jokes all the time and made us laugh, you know, and because, you know, get attention off, and then when we go in, okay. And if you stood there and that's like, there's how can I say, it's like full of people, you know, so if you're going there, you get like, boom, you know what to do, and you know what to, you know, so that's all I believe, you know, just fighting is hard, you know, because you go in, somebody in the ring who wants to kill you, somebody in the ring he doesn't want to help you, and people who want to see you die, for instance, you know, and so there's a lot of tension. So if you, in my belief, if you do too much in pre-warm up and your warm up, it's not good. You gotta be relaxed, you know, because if you go in, your adrenaline goes up and you're ready to fight. For sure.
Do you have any anecdotes from that time backstage, from the Ken Shamrocks and Tank Abbots and Don Fries?
Yeah, we got one.
Let's hear it, brother.
This the karate guy. Man, it's a really bad story. Because he Godot would talk, you know, he was like practicing his moves and his fingers, and Godot was asking, what do you do? Yeah, when I push him over here, then he would like get limped, and then push him like there. Godot says, what are you doing? He was like explaining, like, push here, push there, die instantly, die within 3 minutes, and all that kind of crazy stuff. So the guy went in the fight, and he got really, really, really bad out of it, you know, he's got like jawbone crushed, his eyes bruised, his guts here like better than blue. So he came back like really struggling, you know, like couldn't even barely walk and stand. And Pardoel was sitting down and just asked me a few simple questions. And how did it went? You know, like they looked at me like, what the f***? You couldn't stop laughing. It was too bad. That's good. But the UFC was nice, man.
Any fights backstage?
No.
Almost?
Not in my corner, not where I was. I recommend. But it was some beef. You know, you had your badasses, or your so-called badasses, you know. And if they, you know, it's sports. The same guy, you know, I had a fight against the guy who was world champion Fletch, and man, he was swearing at me all the fight and yelling me names and cursing me, and you can ask him everything because he had a big laugh, because he was following the conversation we had, you know, because the guy on me was like, yeah, fuck you, fucking mother, like this, like that. And I was saying, okay, sorry, and get out of bar, you know, just try and do my thing, but yeah, he was, man, he had a big heart, but he should have done.
Okay, Remco. As I told you earlier, there's two people in MMA who I have heard described as they have the ability to make a lot of other black belts look foolish, and that's Shinya, obviously, and people from Holland have told me that about you as well.
Well, that's a big honor, to be honest. But now I think it's like a team effort. You know, I play a lot of sports, so I know the basics and the principles of a lot of sports. You know, and I'm also interested to gain. There's a guy coming in who does wrestling really well. Okay, let him show some moves. So that's a learning experience for me also. You know, let him do his thing. So then I can, okay, we're doing this fine, we're doing this wrong. See Melvin, what he's learned in the last year again. You know, his jiu-jitsu is better. You know, he doesn't get caught in one time anymore, and he's defending himself. And, you know, I think he should train three times a week with me with a gi, but that's my opinion. And if he does that, he will.
Yeah. You think training in a gi helps for MMA as well?
You need to train in a gi. You need to train in a gi. There's not a single guy out of no gi, out of grappling, who became world champion in jiu-jitsu. Not a single guy. There are a lot of guys out of jiu-jitsu who became world champion in no gi. A lot of them. Why? With gi, you got to be more aware, because your grips, you work with firm grips. And you can take the sleeve and pull different directions, so your balance got to be like spot on. If you don't have good balance, you get fucked up in no gi. You know, and in no gi it's just basic jiu-jitsu until a certain level. If you like top 10 level in the world, it's different, because then you learn how you do your tweaks and do your stuff. But for the average guy, the average MMA fighter, I think everybody look at Serge Pierre. He trains with the gi. John Jones start training with gi. Because they really truly know it's important. It's important for your game. It's important for your balance and your overall game. Because you can guard a lot of more techniques, and your package get a lot bigger. And it's nice, you know. It's good sweat. You don't need to cut weight that much, because if you put a rest guard, put in your gi, get rolling, you have a good workout.
Yeah. Okay, you've been around a very long time, Remco. UFC fighter in 1994, but given that you still reportedly have a lot of success, to put it mildly, on the mats against current studs and black belts, have you ever thought about getting back in there?
No, man, I'm a dinosaur. I'm 42. I'm like probably the brontosaurus who's fading away. Maybe if you have a good fight against guys my age, and he's willing to put it up, and okay.
Yeah. You and Ken.
Maybe. I respect Ken a lot, so. It's very, to me, he's very friendly, very relaxed, very open.
Legend.
Yeah, he's one of the legends.
First champion of UFC and Japan.
He was first the Bangladesh champion, and then he went to the UFC. Was also like a legend.
Yeah, same year, 1995.
Even if don't
both titles.
Listen, for me, it's like even if you can't make the first place, you know. You're also like a legend or a champion to me, you know. If you put your effort in and you try and you look around and you try different stuff, different competitions, you're a true champion.
What's the most memorable moment of your career in MMA and Jiu Jitsu?
MMA was like UFC 2 was like crazy. You know, it was like
I'll bet.
It was big learning experience. in competition it was like in '99. I won on Saturday a tournament in Amsterdam, MMA tournament. On Sunday I won the Europeans in World Jiu Jitsu. It was really good, and what really made me happy at the time, you know, it's like four. The third time is my guys went champion in the blue belt and purple belt class 2 years in a row in the two big classes, minus 86, minus 83. We both took away the classes home, and I hope